Welcome back to the Lane Water Cafe. Today we're going to move into the realm of wastewater treatment, specifically sewage treatment equipment processes for the food and beverage industry. Now, if you happen to be listening to this, watching this, and you're not in the food and beverage industry, rest assured that everything we'll cover today is applicable no matter what type of industrial facility you're currently working in. The food industry just notoriously is a challenge and is one of those areas where technology really needs to be advanced continually in order to meet the ever more stringent discharge requirements. So what are some of the challenges in the food industry that make it so difficult? Well, let's talk about three things. It's a pretty complex waste stream. The composition of the waste stream can vary markedly from day to day, especially if we're having any type of upset conditions. If things go awry in the plant, they will trickle down through to waste streams. They're becoming more and more stringent, and so having the capability to remove not just enough pollutants to meet today's discharge requirements, but making sure that you have the flexibility and technology on hand to move into the next year and the year after that can be a huge advantage in the food industry. Finally, more and more facilities are realizing that there's a tremendous benefit to recycling as much of their wastewater as possible to use in the plant again. And one of the problems that we see often arise is that the quality of that water being reused and recycled back into the facility actually has to be higher than the quality that is allowed to be discharged. And so this is leading to the installation of better equipment in order to make sure that we can use the water in the plant. So let's take a look at the 5 overall steps in industrial sewage treatment process. They are the pre-treatment process, then the primary treatment, secondary treatment, tertiary, what some would refer to as advanced treatment, and then disinfection. So if you have your combined waste stream, everything that's coming through the plant, it'll all head into the pre-treatment section. And the real key here is that we're screening to remove large items. We're adding our comminution step, where you'll have things such as grinder pumps. And the whole idea is to take large chunks, grind them up, and create a particle size that is amenable to the primary waste treatment step. From there, we will move into that primary waste treatment, and we're going to move into clarification, perhaps by settling. That's a very common means, but also separation by flotation using a dissolved air flotation device. And in some cases we're going to use physiochemical treatments such as lime, adding phosphate to really help precipitate heavy metals. From the primary waste treatment, we're going to now move into secondary. And the hallmark of secondary waste treatment, what is known as conventional activated sludge process, CASP. It's been around for well over 100 years and works very well. But there have been some significant advances made in the last 50 years or so. Things such as moving into anaerobic biological reactors, trickling filters, rotating biological contactors, membrane bioreactors, or MBR, sequencing batch reactors, or SBR. These types of processes have built upon the conventional activated sludge process and have improved it in a number of ways. Once we leave that secondary wastewater treatment step, we're going to move into tertiary. And this is where we're going to focus on things such as phosphorus removal, nitrogen reduction, really making sure that we've polished the waste stream enough to meet our BOD and COD requirements for discharge. And any final solids are going to be removed there. This is especially true if you're using something such as a membrane bioreactor. One of the great things about that technology is that the membrane itself acts as an extremely efficient final filtration device and can lead to phenomenally low discharge rates of solids, COD and BOD. Heading out the outfall of that, you're going to have your disinfection step. Traditionally, this has always been one of the chlorine materials, whether it's bleach or chlorine gas. But more recently, you're going to find that people are beginning to favor things such as ultraviolet or ozone treatment processes. That way we don't have to dechlorinate, a little more environmentally friendly at that point. So once you've moved through those 5 steps, you've really covered the overall waste treatment process. Again, starting at the beginning of the challenge, it's really that difference in composition, the fact that it's extremely variable and that the inlet streams to the process really have quite a high BOD and COD, as well as what's referred to as fog, or fats, oils, and greases, when we're talking about a food wastewater stream. So I encourage you to download the white paper that explains all of this and a whole lot more in great detail. It's called The Evolution of Secondary Wastewater Treatment in the Food and Beverage Industry, and covers from beginning to end all 5 of these processes in great detail, especially highlighting 2 technologies that are really at the forefront, which are MBR, again, membrane bioreactor, and SBR, sequencing batch reactors, and how they can benefit the food and beverage industry. So when you're looking at Lane Christensen in terms of wastewater, what you'll find is that Lane Christensen is one of the few firms in the country that really has total wastewater expertise. No matter what the waste stream is, Lane has the options available in order to handle that waste stream. Whether we're talking large municipal installations where traditional clarification on a large scale is demanded, or whether you're talking about smaller industrial facilities that really could use a package solution, Lane has the entire spectrum in terms of equipment and technology, as well as the engineering and construction expertise to take that waste system concept from conceptual design through installation, testing, and to solve your particular wastewater challenge. Hope this has been useful. Look forward to having you back at the cafe soon. Till then, goodbye.